I trust you have enjoyed a good meal this evening, and some of you have had the added pleasure of good company. We have all had the opportunity to be reminded of the good work of Young Life. The past 15 months caught us by surprise, and it was not a good surprise. And yet our Young Life staff and leaders have been willing to push through all the challenges and continue to reach out to kids. It has been tough for kids and for leaders who love to connect with kids. But the darkness is lifting, and more so each day. And now we have ever-expanding opportunities to invite kids into the fullness of a life with Jesus. Many of you have been deeply impacted by Young Life. For my wife Brenda and me, God has used the mission in profound ways. Brenda has been involved with Young Life since high school. I came late to the party, not coming on board until after college. But once I saw what Young Life was all about, I was all in. Oh, and by the way, Brenda and I met through Young Life. I was a volunteer leader at the high school where I taught, and then went on the Young Life staff, serving in an urban setting in Portland, and later at the regional level, and then at Young Life's Washington Family Ranch. I haven't seen it all, but I've seen enough to say Young Life makes a difference in kids' lives because Jesus makes a difference in kids' lives, and Young Life is about Jesus. To quote Jim Rayburn, the founder of Young Life, that's all Young Life is about. And because Young Life is about Jesus, we follow his radical example and enter the world of kids. The theological term is incarnation. We all know it as friendship. I can think of no better way to see a life transformed than through Young Life's relational approach. And so tonight, I'm asking you to join Brenda and me in standing with our volunteer leaders, adult board, and our staff, Jess, Bill, and Kyle. And let's not just stand with them. Let's make a significant contribution that will make the difference in kids' lives and in our community. This is a difference that is reaching out to all kids, brown kids, white kids, kids with special needs, kids from all kinds of families, rich kids, poor kids, kids at the center of things, and kids on the margin. Jesus is for all kids. So tonight, I first want to say a simple word that carries much heartfelt emotion: thanks. Those of you who have faithfully supported Young Life through this past year have our deepest gratitude. We say thanks every year, but perhaps like no other year, your support has been deeply encouraging for our staff. It merits saying it again: thanks. And now I have 3 invitations for you to consider. First, we invite you to give serious thought to joining our amazing team of volunteer leaders. If you are ready for an adventure, you have come to the right place. What does it mean to be a leader, you ask? In the words of Jesus to a couple of his soon-to-be followers, come and see. Secondly, I want to invite you to join our prayer team. We are about to launch a new prayer initiative, and if you believe in Young Life, love kids and Jesus, and you are willing to invest some time praying, please consider making this important commitment. Lastly, in the moment you've been waiting for, and I didn't want to disappoint you, would you consider financially investing in this ministry? For many of you, this is an opportunity to say, yes, I will continue to support Young Life. And we say again, thank you. You are the financial base of the ministry. Some of you are able to give at an increased level, and that would be a tremendous boost as we have added Jess to our staff team and the financial needs of the ministry have increased. For those of you who are perhaps new to Young Life, I ask you as well to consider joining with many of your neighbors and friends who help to make this ministry possible. Monthly donations are particularly helpful, and so my suggestion to you is to consider a monthly gift of between $25 and $100 per month. But please know that any amount is a great encouragement. I will let Kyle walk you through the mechanics of how to respond to any or all of these invitations. All of us want to live in a community that flourishes, where adults care about kids and kids know that they are loved deeply by the God who made them. Young Life is not the only way that can happen, but I know that it is a vehicle that across a span of 80 years in our country and for more than 40 years here in the Wenatchee Valley, Young Life staff and leaders have been faithfully building friendships with high school and middle school age kids. Thanks for helping us continue to build on this legacy.